SABC ikusakazela bukhoma ingqungquthela ye-G20 SA 2025.
Udlame olusekelwe kubulili i-gender-based violence ngolwasemzini mbukelo isihloko sethu namhlanje ohlelweni asikhulume Let's Talk. Lesi sihloko sibonile kudingidwa ngaso mbukelo emhlanganweni yengqungquthela yamazwe i-G20. Sibuka indima edlalwe yile mhlangano kalesi sihlava, siphinde futhi mbukelo sibuke nokuthi isikhwama esasungulwa ukulwisana nalesi sihlava sihambe safika phi mbukeli. Asikubingelele sikwamukele ohlelweni nobongiwe uMakhumalo waKwaZwane. Khumbula ke mbukelo ukuthi ungaba ingxenye lolu hlelo sishayele ucingo sizwe umbono noma umbuzo wakho inombolo zethu 0117140727. Ungabuye futhi sithole kumakhasi ethu okuxhumana ku-X @SABC Izindaba, ku-Facebook ikhasi lethu mbukeli u-SABC Izindaba. Ukuze kubelula ke qala ngo-hashtag asikhulume #SABC News bese ke ubhala umbuzo noma umbono wakho. Asikhulume. Mbukeli intatheli yohlelo uNonhlanhla Mthembu usilethela lo mbiko ngalokho.
Ingabe ingqungquthela ye-G20 izoletha muphi umehluko ukulwisana nodlame olusekelwe kubulili?
There's more women getting killed each and every day. Every 9 seconds, someone is murdered. It's literally gotten that bad, where even drug cartels have infiltrated our politics. So, regarding the femicide and everything, I honestly don't think the G20 will do anything to help it whatsoever.
I think G20 is a great thing, but I have not seen any of it in our rural areas.
Imindeni eminingi ebhekene nalolu dlame ikhala ngokuthi kuthatha isikhathi eside ukuthi amacala ashushiswe.
Nakibhluku ka ngwanaka ene ke bona maponisa a sena taba maponisa hana taba ka ntho e lore e etsaetse ha ke ya o bona ba re case o ba tseba ka yona ba etsa eng hobane re nana ona maponisa bo ke bontate bana le bana ke bomme bana le bana. The pain eloring iteng ka hare ho nna na ba ifilana
it's kubhlungu ukuthi we still emotionally not okay and we still have to go a court, and there are certain things nakhona Mrs. courts that we don't understand. There was a time la bengaseze court bese ka vela on screen they never really explained ukuthi why angeka seze court.
It's not only supporting families just going to court and coming back, it's also taking care of them and their well-being after these court cases. It's so heavy that we can't even afford to take them to therapy.
Sibe sesibabuza ukuthi ithini imibono yabo ngesikhwama sokulwisana nalolu dlame.
So I really don't know about the fund, but if ikhona, I hope it help some families. One, transport. Some families asuka far uthola ukuthi court ikude nayo.
This is not a fight with government. This is to ask, where is that money that was promised for that woman that is sitting in the rural areas that doesn't even know how she's going to make it to court because her daughter's boyfriend killed her just the other day?
I only know about the GBV fund because I've done my research on it. 99% of our youth didn't even know there was a GBV fund because that right there is literally how far it went.
Many of us are not getting GBF fund because they make it difficult. They want audited statements. They also have to get out of those fancy offices and come to us in the grassroots.
Go and ask the government about what happened to this GBV fund money.
Mbogeli, and that's exactly where we're starting tonight. Asamgele Hambele Zetu Dinewo Mako, project lead on the empowerment of women working group, Nosihle Sbisi from the Kwanele Foundation. Mbogeli, of course, as we are looking at the conversation with Dr. Terani Manganyi, programs manager of the GBVF Response Fund. Mbogeli, we had extended an invitation to the Minister of Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, and this is what she's had to say. I'm going to try and borrow from her statement of what we got to be told tonight. Unfortunately, due to cabinet commitments taking place early tomorrow morning, the minister had to travel this evening and is therefore unable to be with you. In addition, the rest of the team is also with the ministry. The minister and the department extending their sincerest apologies to the Asikhuluma team and the viewers and expressing their appreciation to SABC for its continued partnership, as they say, when it comes to amplifying the voices around GBVF. But Mbogel, it's important to note that this particular apology, actually, we only got it this evening. And one wonders, when did we know about this meeting and could it not have been handled better? And that's exactly where I'm going to begin with you, Sihle. For me, it speaks about priorities.
I think for me, good evening, I must say, I think for me, when I get this message now, it speaks to accountability. We get a sense of our leaders by legal accountability. They don't want to be held accountable for certain things that are happening within our society. Gender-based violence and femicide should be the first priority for everybody in this country, as declared by uMongameli wethu, Honorable Cyril Ramaphosa, which it's the #1 pandemic. And I think it should have been prioritized where uMinister ukhona lana uhlezi lana azokhona ukucacisela abantu certain things that people want to find out and educate abantu on the grassroots ukuthi kahle kahle iG20 lena izosiza kanjani izoyenzani, what's the role of G20, especially when it comes to gender-based violence and femicide. So by her not being here and excuse sithole manje very late, for me Asaz, it just still speaks back to the issue of accountability. Our people in power, are they able to be held accountable and say, yes, kunje simoshile or kunje siyalungisa?
And for you?
Good evening and good evening to the viewers. And thank you for inviting us. Yes, I do want to echo the sentiments that accountability is very important. And we do know that because of the complexity of the issue that we are dealing with, gender-based violence and femicide, it's such a complex issue, and there's no single government entity or civil society organization that can deal with this issue in isolation. We need a multi-sectoral response, and we need a whole of government response. We need a whole of society response. All of us must come together and join our hands to address gender-based violence. I just want to bring to the attention of the viewers that the Gender-Based Violence and Femicide Response Fund was commissioned by the President in 2021 as a private sector-led fund. So what that means is that all the resources that the Gender-Based Violence and Femicide Response Fund has been able to mobilize from the private sector to date, it's coming from the private sector, but we are able to track and trace where all that money has gone at the community level.
I'm sure bazwile uzwile makhaya bekhuluma ngokuthi abakaze bayibona ayibafinyeleli bona abazi lutho ukuthi kwenzakalani. Ikhona seke yangena.
Yes, so ever since we were launched and established in 2021, we've been able to run 2 calls for applications so far. And I have to say that the need out there is quite overwhelming, because after I came into the fund in 2023, when we announced the second call of applications, we received well over 1,000 applications. So that's quite telling, right? But we can only, as one of the entities and one of the agencies that have got a direct mandate to deliver on the National Strategic Plan on gender-based violence, we can only do so much. We need government to step up. We need other key stakeholders to step up. But if I can also indicate that we, in 2021, and for the work that was delivered between 2022 and 2023, we supported 167 organizations. And through that, we commissioned 80 million. For the second funding cycle, which I was just referring to, we are currently, which started last year, we are currently supporting 134 organizations. We've commissioned 100 million towards that.
You've been doing this work sokuyisikhathi manje iminyaka uyayibona ifund ukuthi yenzani njengoba sizwa udokotela uyachaza ukuthi bayikhiphile imali akhona ama organizations ayitholile kodwa ngathi kune disconnect angazi ngiro
no awukho wrong kune disconnect because ngihlezi lana ngaphakathi ngiyahleka ukuthi ama foundations njengawethu asikaze sayithola isent be it from the government be it from GBVF fund le ku private sector asikaze sayithola isent and I think ama foundations holy or igroup yabantu aba vocal abasebenzayo on the ground ithina kakhulu esivalelwa ngaphandle ngoba kuthiwa ayibongeke ifoundation kalona bakhuluma too much because they don't want to be held accountable ngiyamuzwa yakhuluma yes it's good on paper yes 800 million or 80 million but asikaze sayibona asikaze sayinuka we've been to a presidential summit we raised the same thing again last week besku workshop namanye ama CSOs masihleli phansi sibuzana thina amongst the table akekho noyi1 oke wathola ngisho 1 rand from estate bese uyazibuza ukuthi iyaphike le mali so thina we are functioning we are running because ngomusa ukuthi we are able ukuthi sibe nabantu eceleni abathi awubantu shwele na imali petrol na imali lokhu na imali lokhu but thina si vulnerable ngaloko ukuthi igovernment yethu mau vocal and ukwazi ukuba hold accountable back blacklist they just shun you out.
Dr. Terani ngizocela ukuthi masibuya Eitolo this is not the first time we hear this. We've had NPOs from the townships from rural areas here on the show abakhuluma ngokuthi yibona benza umsebenzi yibona bathola abantu yibona ama first responders kodwa abalithola uxhaso ngifuna ukuthi masibuye sikhulume nabo ukuthi ulithola kanjani lolu xhaso alidingayo because they are the first responders mbukela unganyaka siyabuya
Ikusakazela bukhoma ingqungquthela ye-G20 SA 2025
Ngale ngaphambi kokuthi siqhubeke nohlelo angeke ngithathe umbongeni eFree State sawubona baba
Yebo sanibona mama
Yebo ungaqhubeka kafushane nje
Owami umbono mama ngiyakuzwa impela lokhu kwelenhlangano umhlangano ozoba khona e-G20 lena kodwa ngokubuka kwami thina esiphansi abantu abaphansi angibona abayokuzuza kangako ngibona ngathi kuyikho ukuthi kuyozuza bona abantu abaphezulu ngendlela engibuka ngayo ngoba njengoba sasivota ngo-94 saphindiswa lokhu nalokhu ngoba nakhona la siphindiswa lokhu nalokhu ukuthi izeli zobanjeni awubheke namhlanje.
All right, one of our regular callers there, Ubaba Umbongeni, Free State. Dr. Terani, angize kuwe again, because quickly I just need us to address this before we get into indaba ye W20. Ngingathanda ukuthi sikhulume ngoba bakhona abanye abasibukile emakhaya who are saying, how do we access the fund? And they probably have the same concerns as Usihle does.
We, like I said, we have run calls for applications that are available, you know, on our website, on our social media pages. We have used provincial newspapers. We have actually been able, we did not only rely on those channels, but we've been able to go into communities to find those organizations that are operating at a very, at the grassroots level. Some of them were not even registered. And we've been able to pick up those organizations, support them, because we know they've got the capability, they've got the competency. They've been doing this work for the longest time. And we have helped them set up governance processes because we cannot shy away from the fact that governance is critical for any organization. And for these organizations to be able to stand and be sustainable and be able to partner with other donors, they need to set up those systems and those processes. And we've been able to do exactly that. But we understand that it's a balancing act. Why? Because we need to make sure that whatever amount of funds that or money that we are investing towards gender-based violence does what matters the most. We need to do what works. It's not everything that gets done out there in the name of GBV that actually makes a difference.
And I suppose it speaks to the need, right?
Exactly.
The competing needs. I think ngithathe uXolani eNewlands. Sawubona baba.
Yebo sawubona.
Ungaqhubeka?
Ngithi silana abantu bayazenza izinto bayayizama izinto eziningi impela kodwa manje abakwazi ukubethelekale usizo ukuthi bachasele ngoba nathi sinayo lento le foundation kodwa sizama ukuthi sisize ogogo bemzela mhlawumbe lokho esimuzi nengane mhlawumbe eyiswele kodwa manje asinalo ichaso kahle sithule nje straight angisho kanjalo siphela kodwa manje angazi athina siza ngale kanjani nathi sibambe iphakathi kahle emphakathini.
Okay, Puxolani ngiyabonga ukuthi usishayele. I think we need a show ezokwazi ukuthi mhlawumbe uhlelo luzonisiza ukuthi kini nonke nikwazi ukusebenza mhlawumbe nisebenza in different spheres nikwazi ukuthi nilithole kuphi usizo. We might have to invite the Department of Social Development, but sihle ngifuna ukuza kuwe because this ultimately is a conversation eyenzeka within the context of a G20. Ungenile ku W20 ngiyazibuza ukuthi uma uyibheka iW20 ikwazile ukuthi ixhumanise civil society, uhulumeni and other stakeholders successfully?
Well, Moibuga, I'll give you one thing. When it comes to planning and ukuthi kube nimihlangano 100% bayazenza. But the shortfall njalo, implementation. Bazobiza ama civil society organizations, babize government, bahlanganise to say masenze this, let's plan this. We will voice out, bazo voice out, come together, sibe ne resolution, but the implementation. I mean, I'll give an example. Till today, it was heartbreaking. Mamamela Imadlanga Commission, Lopet Omunye, one of the police officers, Eshoguti, how DNA backlog, ballistic backlog, is a challenge in our country. And Ms. Bogatin, skhumbula back to a presidential summit when former minister Upeitele was still a minister. He promised what the backlog would be, a DNA will be a thing of the past. 2025 manj. We still have a DNA backlog, we still have a ballistic backlog. So when abantu are faced with gender-based violence, are you saying to us, Guti, ama resolutions for people to be held accountable? It's a far-fetched dream ukuthi ngesibone yenzeka manje because of the backlog.
And ngiyakhumbula mokhuluma nga that summit ngikhumbula isithombe samama eveza ukuthi walinyazwa kangakanani, and these are some of the conversations. Mbukeli ake ngithathe again one of our regulars Babudlozi lami kwaMhlabi yalingana. Sawubona baba.
Cha ngiyaphila sisi. Mina ngokwami ukubona iG20 akukho la ngibona mhlambe isiza khona. Siyezwa nje ngayo kuthiwa inemhlangano yenzeni kodwa nje akukho la esiza khona thina njengezwe lase South Africa ngokwesikhathi ikhona kufanele ngabe manje ukukhule sesikubona ngayo kodwa sibona lutho.
Ngiyabonga baba, ngiyabonga. And Dr. Deran, when we come back, I want us to wrap it up for the viewers to say yini ke njengoba bakhala ngayi G20 ukuthi abayazi ukuthi izoyenzani. Thina ke singabantu besifazane eningizimu Afrika yinto ekumele sinibheke ukuthi i-20 yini into engibonayo ukuthi mhlambe mina engangisebenzela mangabe ngisalalela ukuthi i-DNA backlog is still a challenge. Mbukeli sebuya khona manje unganyakaza.
I-SABC ikusakazela bukhoma ingqungquthela ye-G20 SA 2025.
Mbukeli sesiphetha nje ake sibheke ukuthi yini singayenza ukuthi sinqobe this GBVF eningizimu Afrika. Dr. Derani, I'm going to come to you because ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi singabantu besifazane eningizimu Afrika, what are we looking forward to when it comes to the G20?
That's a good question because when you look at South Africa, we've got a very progressive constitution, one of the best in the world. We have got beautiful policies. But as my colleague was saying right here, that our issue comes when our problem is has to do with lack of implementation and lack of allocation of resources to make sure that those policies are adequately implemented so that we can make a difference in the lives of our own people. I mean, when you look at the issue of gender-based violence, government through the National Strategic Plan on Gender-Based Violence promised that there will be a national council for gender-based violence. We know that Parliament this October made an announcement inviting people to apply for positions, but it's been more than a year, I guess about 18 months later, ever since the President signed the National Council into law. But we haven't seen much accountability come through. Yeah. We haven't had much when it comes to what were the resources that were allocated towards the National Strategic Plan on Gender-Based Violence.
So, Sihle, right on that point, when I get Kwanele Foundation, to try and amplify the voices for this G20, particularly of women?
Amplifying the voices for women is something that we do on a daily basis. So the fact that G20 is here for us, it's okay, it's another program. Because we live GBV, we breathe GBV, we see it every single day. So we're just hoping, Goti, maybe this time, because now international heads are going to be here. It's international now. They will not shut us down. They will not silence us. They will listen. We will have resolutions, but implementation must take place. And we're actually hoping for funding. Honestly, we're hoping for funding that, yes, fund the foundations, because without your money, we are still doing the work. Without your funding, we are still doing that which we would have been doing better if there was allocated funds. Imagine if they allocated funds to foundations like ours and other foundations on the ground, how much more would we be able to assist a government to make sure that the curb of gender-based violence and femicide is put to an end?
So in about a minute, as we wrap up then, Dr. Derani, yini into enizoyenza nina ni-GBVF fund to make sure ukuthi lento doesn't become G20 another talk shop, kodwa siyakwazi ukubona imphumela on the other side of this?
What we are doing already is to actually raise awareness about the fund and the role of the fund and the role of the private sector in addressing gender-based violence. We are encouraging other G20 countries to look at models like this, because we know funding priorities are shifting globally. Everyone is looking at wars right now. So there's been funding cuts. We've seen the US government cut funds earlier this year in our country from gender-based violence and other health programs. So we need to ensure that we bring in other innovative financing mechanisms, like we are seeing now here in South Africa through the private sector, the involvement of the private sector.
So Nobabili, when the G20 happens, we'll be there. I'm hoping we continue to have this conversation. Ngoba lapaya, we will have the people that actually have to make these decisions. So nginibonge kakhulu for coming tonight and for sticking to the agreement and honoring us and our viewers. We appreciate it. Mbukeli, sibonge kakhulu naku ukuthi uhlanganyele kanye nathi mbukeli nehambele zethu. We have Usihle Sibisi from the Kwanele Foundation, as well as Dr. Derani Manganyi, Programs Manager of the GBVF Response Fund. Siyaqhubeka mbukeli sokhuluma ngalokhu because for the G20 there's a lot to talk about. Nale futhi isazoba yenye futhi soke siyidingide futhi kabanzi ingxoxo. Ayixabene mbukeli, khumbula ukuthi uhlelo liyaphinda futhi kusasa ku SABC1 ngehora lesithathu kuze kube ngokuzayo. Ayixabene.
i-SABC ikusakazela bukhoma ingqungquthela ye-G20 SA 2025.